Okay, it's time for yet another one of the A to Z champion mini thoughts and rubrics. Next up is Aniviva, the cryophenoix. Her damage type is magic. Her style is definitely all abilities. Her difficulty, I would say, is completely right, under 3. She's way more damage than anything else. I guess her wall probably counts as utilities. Like, she has any movement speed. Okay. Well, that's not really. She doesn't do that, though. I'm assuming it's just the wall, because besides the wall, she doesn't help allies. And then her crowd control, yes, because she has a stun and a slow, a very ridiculous slow. Anivia is a benevolent winged spirit who endures endless cycles of life, death, and rebirth to protect the Frelord, something. A demigod born of unforgiving ice and bitter winds. She wields those elemental powers to thwart any who dare disturb her homeland. Anivia guides and protects the tribes of the harsh north who revere her as a symbol of hope and a portent of great change. Portent. She fights with every ounce of her being, knowing that through her sacrifice her memory will endure and she will be reborn into a new tomorrow. Yeah, because she's a phoenix. Now, phoenix really shouldn't be icy, but okay. Rebirth. Upon dying, an you revert into an egg. If the egg can survive for 6 seconds, she is gloriously reborn. Okay, so to start thing. Actually, no, I'm just going to go over each ability first. Flash Frost. Anivia brings her wings together and summons a spear of ice that flies towards her opponent, chilling and damaging anyone in its path. When the spear explodes, it does moderate damage in a radius, stunning anyone in the area. Crystallize. Anivia condenses the moisture in the air into an impassable wall of ice to block all movement. That wall only lasts a short duration before it melts. Impassable, I guess, but you can just dash right through it. Okay. Frostbite. With the flap of her wing, Anivia blasts a freezing gust of wind at her target, dealing a low amount of damage. If the target was recently stunned by flash frost or damaged by fully formed glacial storm, the damage they take is doubled. Glacial Storm. Anivia summons a driving rain of ice and hail to damage her enemies and slow their advance. Okay, so the number one thing that I hate about Anivia is her rebirth. I think that as a Phoenix, it is completely fine, and that honestly, it should be her passive. That they couldn't have come up with anything better. But I think the fact that it gives her her literal entire health bar is ridiculous. Like, just give it a portion of her health bar. Like, I understand sometimes she's gonna like sometimes people are gonna fight and they're just gonna one shot her because like essentially she's not really she's a mage, she's not insanely tanky, but most of the time you build her like health tank. But so like yeah, I understand that yeah, they can just if they could kill her once, they can kill her again, but there are a lot of times where she can die just so like you kill her under tower. Right? Are you gonna what are you gonna do now? You gonna stand under tower or she revives? No, you have no options. Like I understand the same thing with like when it's less health, but at the same time that maybe you can use your abilities or you can like go into the tower, smack, get out, and like do that a few more times. But like there's no way you're gonna do that with a full health bar. So I don't know. I guess because it's on a cooldown, it isn't that bad. But at the same time, I think it's too much to give her entire HP back because when she has like a Roa and a Leandri's Torment, you're not gonna get that health bar down twice unless you have a 5-man just hitting her. Her Q, I find just the way it is. I feel like every now and then I'm out of the range when I get stunned because it really doesn't like show you that well. Like the sparkling area around it also counts. Like if you look in here, there's like a circle around it, and you really don't realize how like close you are to it until it like already activates, and it's really easy just to like activate, throw on, and then deactivate. But at the same time, you can dodge it. It's not that bad, so I'm okay with it. RW, I'm completely fine with. I honestly, I don't have anything to say about, like, that's at max ranked when it's that far. Like, usually it's only about like half that. Her E, I think, can be a bit ridiculous, but just because like when you are stunned or slowed by her R when it comes like when it's fully formed and all, it hurts so bad, and it is like it is her like one shot ability. It is her bread and butter. Ah, sorry about that. Sneezing. Lovely thing. But yeah, so just because of that reason, I'd say that her E can be really strong because of its just like complete and utter one shot potential. But at the same time, eh, I'm fine with the ability. I wish that it did maybe like a little bit less damage or had a little bit more of a cooldown, because I've had it where like Anivia's would spam that ability, like even if they didn't have the damage on it, they'd still use it and it would still do a lot of damage. Love when that happens. Great. I'm very professional. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, I think it's just a bit much, but at the same time, I understand it. Her R, they did like slightly nerf because originally it would always be at max range. So like you could just like throw your R, throw your E really easily. And now that it slowly gets bigger, I think it's pretty good. But at the same time, I hate how much it slows you. Like, because the slow gets bigger, it gets bigger very fast. Like, you'd think that I'm pretty sure it's like only like a second, honestly. Maybe two. But like the slow becomes like 60% or something ridiculous. Well, I wouldn't say 60% is that ridiculous, but at the same time, like, uh, I think the slow is a bit much. Um, just like a bit too much, especially for like how wide the area is and how it just keeps getting bigger. So you can throw that down very easily and just slow people for days. And I'm fine with it increasing her E's damage and all, but I really don't like the fact that like of just how much it slows you, because there's been so many times where I've just like I'm fine with you not being able to walk through it, because yeah, it's an ability, it's gonna slow you. You shouldn't be allowed to walk through, but at like, well, easily you obviously can because it's not gonna stun you. But at the same time, like if they throw it on top of me, I should have like some capability of getting out in time, unless I'm like completely immobile. Like if I was Veigar or something, then I can understand. But like, I don't know. I just think this slow's a bit much. But honestly, I think Anivia for the most part's pretty good. For just like a recap, I'll say her Q is a bit like misleading on its range, but I think that's honestly fine. Her R, I wish we would tune down like the slow maybe just a little bit. Not that much, but just like a little bit. Her E is fine, her W is fine, and I think that her passive should not be such a ridiculous amount of health. Like, I don't think her entire HP is really something that good. Like, I understand 6 seconds is a while, I fully understand that. But at early levels, you cannot kill her a second time. Like, there's a lot of times when I've been, like, Veigar, and I've one-shot her once, but I can't one-shot her again. Once you use your ult, you don't have it again. Unless you're like a Nidalee or Jace or something where you can just spam it, but that's a different story. So, yeah, I'm not too fond of that. That just gives her entire HP back. Okay, but that's all her abilities. Let's go to the skins. Team Spirit Anivia, I don't really like. I know it's supposed to be from some sort of like event or something, but I don't really like it at all. Bird of Prey Anivia, I think, is fine. I think it's kind of cool, but I wish that they made her a bit different. Not, I understand like she's supposed to be ice and all, but I would have made her a bit more like normal, like less crystally. But Noxus Hunter. Oh, I didn't realize I was supposed to be Noxus. Like I didn't really realize like the name until now. I think that since it's Noxus, they should definitely like change the armor to be more like black and red and not gold. Like no Noxus armor should be gold. But yeah, that's all I would really do with that one, is just make it more like red and black. See, like Hextech Anivia, I'm fine with this one, but this one I actually wish they did the opposite of what they did earlier. I wish they made it like more crystal. Like just like going down her back or something. Just add in any sort of crystal at all. Black Forest Navy. This one is just fine the way it is. Like a lot of people would say this is like one of the best skins, which I like it, and I think it is a really cool skin, but I think there are better. Not really better Anivia skins. This is definitely the best Anivia skin, but yeah. Prehistoric Anivia. Honestly, I think it is a good skin. I think in general it's a bit meh, but like honestly, as an Anivia skin, I think it's just great, or just fine the way it is. Festival Queen Anivia is another skin that I really like. It's really colorful. It definitely, I definitely think it's really good. But at the same time, I'm going back to what I was saying before. Like, if you can make her feathery here, why can't you make her feathery here? And then, but for like this skin, I wish they actually had a bit more crystals, like on the crown or on the wings, or just like where there's gold. They're not saying like everywhere there doesn't, but like just put like a little crystal here, make it a little bit shardy and jetting out here. Puts like something along her like gold of the wings on like the back side of it, so like yes, the splash art really wouldn't show it, but like on the other side of it have like crystals that like run down a little bit, that go down right around like here. They're not actually like stuck to the wing, they're like attached to this, but I think that would look pretty cool. And they could be like colorful crystals, they don't have to be like blue like this, but yeah, I just wish that there's like some sort of crystals. I don't think that there should be a skin where there isn't the crystals, but I don't think there should be like a bird of skin prey that is supposed to be like an eagle that looks way too crystally. But yeah, that is what I think when it comes to Anivia's abilities and skins. If you agree with anything that I have to say or disagree, please leave a comment. I'm completely open for constructive criticism and all. If you happen to like know anyone in Riot and see any of the A to Z my thoughts, I will not mind one bit if you want to tell them of my existence. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you want to see more, because I will do these every Saturday, please subscribe. And I bid you all adieu. Goodbye.